Hi guys, my name is Will Dennis. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Spinlister. And what Spinlister is we allow individual bike owners to rent out their bikes to travelers and locals looking to explore. So we launched in New York City and San Francisco on April 1st, and we're super excited to be presenting to you guys as TechCrunch Disrupt's Audience Choice winner for today. So we're going to talk about why biking is a big opportunity, specifically bike rentals. So there are over 100 million bikes in the US, and there are over 1 billion in the world. To us, this means the largest bike rental system in the world already exists. We just need to connect it. So we're looking to do that with Spinlister in a location-independent way that is extremely infrastructure light. So about 70% of US households actually have a bicycle, but only 0.6% of them are used daily. So what that means is there's this huge pool of bicycles that are not being capitalized on, and that's what we're looking to do at Spinlister. Let me go next. So we've created a web platform where we're taking this excess supply of bicycles and meeting it with the demand. So from a demand perspective, a bike rental in New York City or San Francisco currently costs between $40 and $60 a day. That's your one alternative. The other alternative is a public bike share. These are great for point A to point B. Anything over an hour is going to cost you upwards of $15 to $20. Mayor Bloomberg, a big champion of the New York City bike share, said himself that if you're looking to ride a bicycle for a few laps around Central Park, you shouldn't be using the bike share. That's where Spinlister comes in. So I'll take you through a little bit of how our website works, if we could go to the website. So this shows you a search result for San Francisco. So these are all live bikes on our site with live listers. I'll take you a little bit through the listing process. It's pretty easy. You submit a few photos, a few details about your bike, including the location, and as well as the price that you get to choose. We have a guide that helps you with that, but that's up to you. And from there, you submit it to Spinlister. We review each listing to make sure that it looks good and is a compelling offering for our marketplace. When it's approved, right now, only in New York and San Francisco, it comes to within the search results. Now, you as a renter, this is something that you could see. No matter what address or location in the city you put in, we'll automatically show you the bikes that are closest to that for convenience. We're also going to allow you to filter down by bike type as well as your size, which we have currently. So when you find a bicycle that you like, all you have to do is click through. So as you can see, here, hold on a sec, Jeff. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different bikes on Spinlister with a whole range of prices. So you have fixed gear bikes, track bikes, road bikes. There's really a diverse offering, as diverse as the people who ride the bikes. It's really, really compelling for us because we floated this product, not really sure what response we're going to get, and it's been widespread from travelers to enthusiasts. So our average price on Spinlister right now is about $20 a day, about half of existing bike rental shop prices. And we have a wide range of prices, anywhere from $5 a day all the way up to $130. So we'll take a look at what a bike profile page looks like. So let's say we take a look at this beautiful blue Bianchi, which is currently listed here in San Francisco. So you can click through some pictures, get a feel for it. This person took some particularly good pictures, so I love to use it as an example. And it happens to be the first one that shows up in search results, which is awesome. After you get a view of the pictures, you can check out a better idea of where this is located, a little bit more information about the bicycle, whether it comes with a lock or helmet. Most on Spinlister do. And if you have any questions, we have a direct link to contact that owner. If you have any questions about the owner themselves, you can click through to their profile, see their connection to Facebook, as well as their connection to Twitter, nearby bicycles, as well as we can look at a past renter here who said, really is a beauty. It's a cruisy ride and a real head turner on the streets. It's very light too. So that kind of social proof is really something we're striving to build into our product. Because you're not taking these brand names of large brick and mortar companies. It's really on an individual basis in this peer-to-peer marketplace. So if you're interested in this bicycle, all you have to do is click Rent This Bike. Select a pickup date, pickup time, drop-off date, drop-off time. And submit that to the lister. Once that is submitted, So you click then rent this bicycle, fill out your credit card information. Once that's submitted, we'll take you to an all-inclusive dashboard, which lets you have a very flexible and open communication system with that lister. What we're doing at Spinlister is we're facilitating a conversation. We're letting real people talk about renting out a bicycle that works best for them. We have enough rules in place to make it safe. We insure bicycles up to $5,000. And we have institutional insurance as well should anything go wrong in the process of a rental. But we really want to allow people to connect over a bicycle, this common interest that allows them to essentially be more social than they may have normally been, and allow this lister to really own the customer service experience, which is not only better for a lister, allowing them to, hey, come by my house and pick it up early, that'd be great, or more convenient for me. But it's also better for the renter. You're getting a really personalized touch. And so here on our dashboard, you can see the nitty-gritty of the rental, pickup, drop-off details. You can also ask people for like, hey, what's your favorite coffee shop or restaurant? Whether you're a traveler or a local looking to ride a bike, often it's what you're doing on the bicycle that's just as important on the bike. So if you're looking for something high-end, maybe a recommended ride. If you're looking for a cruising bicycle, that favorite coffee shop of the lister could really add to your experience in San Francisco. And those are the compelling use cases that we're really passionate about here at Spinlister. So as I mentioned, we have a big opportunity in terms of low infrastructure, location independent. And if we could go back to the slides, I'll explain to you exactly how we're doing in terms of our traction to date.
You guys got to wrap it up.
OK, sorry. This is the last slide. Thanks, guys. Slides? Yeah, so traction to date, April 1st launch, New York and San Francisco. Organic growth of listings. Have bikes been listed in over 275 cities in over 40 countries. We're super excited about the turnkey potential of this business. We're working very hard on a mobile app as well as a national launch coming later this fall. So thank you guys for the time. Happy to be up here.
Cool. Judges?
Are you getting flow through of people renting the bikes, or how many bike days have you been able to get?
We're not talking about those numbers specifically right now, but in terms of if we look at Airbnb, which is kind of a metric for growth that we're looking at, they're doing about a rental a day, or a rental night a day, actually, excuse me. And so we're extremely competitive with that number, if not better.
How much does a renter keep?
So we take 12.5% from each side of the transaction, about 25% margin.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
I was going to say, the space is super cool, right? And there's great ideas. It looks really nice. One thing that's kind of different about this, as opposed to some other verticals here, is that it's an infrequent thing when I'm visiting another city, and it's a relatively low value transaction.
Correct.
And so how do you get it to be top of mind for me every 6 months or however often I visit another city and want to rent a bike? And if you try and target people who do the daily use stuff, bikes are cheap enough, they're just going to buy their own bike, right?
What was the last part of the question?
If you tried to target commuters or something like that,
right.
Companies like, I don't know, Scoot or GetAround might do, it's tough because bikes are cheap enough that they would just buy a bike if they used it.
Right, so we're not targeting commuters. We're really not competitive within that space. And so in terms of being top of mind, that's something that we have a benefit within the bike vertical specifically. So when people think peer-to-peer bike rentals, there are no other companies that come up, so we're lucky on that front right now. As well as this community aspect of cycling, of having a shared interest. So if someone who has their bike listed on Spinlister, they get a rental, they make anywhere from $20 to a couple $100 on it. They're going to tell their cycling friends.
So it's cyclists, not Golden Gate wheels biking over the bridge.
We actually have a double-decker bike on our system. A couple of those, a couple tandems. So there's a mix, but we're seeing a really good adoption from all sectors. Road bikes we're really excited about. Mountain bikes we're excited about and doing some good work.
Do you want to go into other verticals eventually where you can borrow anything, or do you want to stay in cycling?
I think if we nail this platform, there's a lot of opportunities in a lot of different places. So we're really focusing on building out a product that really works from an experiential level all the way from initial request through a mobile app, which is something that we're really excited about integrating, and then from that mobile app back to the review process and then that experience in between. So we think we can own, as opposed to a couple clicks on a website, we think we can own a day of someone's experience, 2 days of someone's experience. We've had rentals from an hour all the way up to 6 weeks.
Why didn't you start mobile, and now I'll be quiet?
Say that again?
Why didn't you start with mobile?
Start with mobile?
Yeah.
hindsight is better than no. So yeah, the team right now is just 3 of us.
Yeah,
So we came more from a web background and just have been doing everything in-house,
Yeah,
and that's
totally
what we're passionate about. And excited to bring on Joe actually, who's going to whip up an unbelievable mobile app for us.
Great. Yeah, great URL. And
thanks.
Really beautiful site, beautiful idea.
Thank you.
I'm curious, have you learned anything, or what learnings can you share with us from what's going on in the car space? Not so much Airbnb, but cars, which I think is a better proxy for
Right, and that's where we started with that perspective as well, where cars is closer to what we're doing. But what we've actually found is we have very much a traveler product as much as we have a local product. So companies like Relay Rides or Get Around are like saying like, hey, you don't need a car, use us, once a week to do your grocery shopping. For us, we want to be your source of bicycles no matter where you are in the world. So there's a lot of similarities with Airbnb in terms of a traveler product as well. And what we've learned in terms of just regular product experience is we were thinking like, let's build this system and make sure point A equals point B and this and that. And if you give people the confidence and the tools that they need, a certain amount of flexibility can make all the difference in actually having transactions go through the system, which is I think what Craigslist really embodies, and we're somewhere in between from there.
You guys look at, obviously, unlike Airbnb or even some of the car services, this is a relatively low price point. Is the goal basically that you can make up for it in volume, or how did you sort of approach that? Because it's a lot of the same challenge, but
right.
at like you just keep going lower and lower in the price point on the market.
And I think a lot of that is our risk is significantly lower as well.
Is what?
Our risk and our operational overhead is extremely low, as well as our ability to scale to other verticals is a lot quicker because there's more similar price points to things like a bicycle rather than a car or a house. So it is a scaling issue for sure.
What other verticals would you think are a natural progression for people who are sharing, the community sharing bikes?
Right. I couldn't tell you that we haven't been thinking a lot about tours for bikes specifically. Interesting things about brick and mortar that like mechanics are still tied to brick and mortar, which doesn't necessarily need to be a case. And then we're getting, obviously with recreational enthusiasts, they have a lot of different types of toys, so we're looking very carefully at that space as well. So whether that's surfboards, snow, river, and then all of the peripheral services that come with those, we think there's a big opportunity within peer-to-peer.
All right, so we're out of time. That was Spinlister. Great job, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Audience
Appreciate
choice.
it. Thank you.